Hey Bubble family, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to be, yes, I know, going to be talking about Harry and Meghan. Well, this week I'm going to talk about the comment that seems to be circulating in the Queen saying, the late Queen, should I say, saying that she thought Harry was too in love with Meghan. Now, I'm going to explore this comment and give my perspective on what I think she meant by this. And in tomorrow's video, which I might record today because I've got a little bit of time between clients, I'm going to be talking about the video that they did to Sir Elton John. So that's going to be tomorrow's video. So today's video, talking about the comment that the Queen, well, we have to say allegedly, but it kind of feels like I can hear her saying it. So I do think that she did say this, in where Harry is too in love with Meghan. So let's explore that. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up at the end. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, so you don't miss future uploads, then please do. That would be super. If you would like to become a member or join up and help me help others, which is what I do here, not only do I give therapeutic perspectives along with, my little bit of kind of personal opinions, but I'm also helping people outside of the channel where I work with people for free, for those who suffer real hardship financially, and whether it be I help them through email, phone call, give them some tips and tools to navigate life, because I appreciate that therapy is not always available for those who really struggle. So if you'd like to support me in that, whether becoming a member, you can buy me a cup of coffee, you can share the videos, liking, subscribing, watching even, all of these things help me help others. You can become a Patreon as well. Your name will go up on the member board and I give you a shout out. You also get the option for a free phone call from me or video chat if you so choose it. Just lots of things. You get to go into my competitions. Just loads of things available for you if you would like to help me help others by paying it forward. So that being said, if you don't know what to do by now, you should grab that drink of choice, whether it be tea, whether it be coffee, whether it be, like me, a glass of water. Well, actually, no, not today. I'm actually back to my cherries and berries in my... my saltgrass. It's my saltgrass glass. I have two. I have Joe's Crab Shack and I have my saltgrass one. But sadly, my mason jar, the writing has come off. I love quirky mason jars, and I got those from America. So yes, if you want to grab that drink of choice, and I love the fact that people have been buying the cherries and berries from Asda or from Walmart, making up their own. And if you want to add a little something as we are coming up to December, then why not? Because as I say, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So let's grab that drink and let's dive right in. So bubbles, in today's video, and also people that ask me, what does bubble family mean? There is a video on my page, on my YouTube channel. It does explain what the bubble family means and where it started. So if you want to go and give that a little look, please do. So what is circulating at the moment is a comment that apparently the Queen made, and this is because there's another book coming out, and this is supposedly Prince Philip's friend is doing a kind of an intimate look into the late Queen. And I worry that we're now going to kind of go into Diana field. Excuse me. In where we're now going to be saturated with books about the Queen. And I worry that people are going to be capitalizing on, you know, and I really hope that some of her close friends, I think it's different if it's a tribute, but if they're going to start releasing personal comments that she's made, like in this particular one, I just wonder if it's just a little bit of poor taste. And again, it's just a way to make money. If the proceeds were going to a charity or something like that, I would really respect that. I don't know if they are, but I just think it's a little bit sad that now she's passed. It's, you know, book after, you know, are we going to get book after book, you know, kind of releasing all the things that she said and things that she's done and, you know, that were private. I hope not. But anyway, so apparently she made this comment in regards to Harry meeting Meghan. And it seems by all accounts, which is kind of what we know, that she was very excited about Harry meeting Meghan. In fact, you know, she was fast-tracked in a lot of ways. She was even told, you know, that she could keep her acting career. But let's be honest, wasn't really much of a career, was it? She was being written out of Suits and there was no one banging on her door. So of course she's just like, no, you know what? That's fine. I'm happy to come on board, hit the ground running and be part of this royal family. Because I'm a Disney princess, because I really genuinely believe she thought it was going to be like the Disney films. So of course she said no. But the offer was there. You know, the Queen and the royal family really tried to create her to feel as welcome as possible, knowing they didn't, you know, I think one of the things that was noted was that they didn't want a repeat of Diana. And so for them to kind of come out and act the way they have really shows us that they were initially all in. They wanted to be involved in this, I think, but I think she had an agenda. And I think when the Queen possibly got wind of the agenda and started to put her foot down and started to come back at her for the way she spoke to people, like the bullying, the way she spoke to staff, I think Meghan started to realise actually that she's not going to get her own way. And there are rules and she does have to fit into those rules being part of the monarchy. And that's when she started to then, I believe, orchestrate her plan B, which she's always had there in the background of, if things don't go well, this is what I will do next. And so her plan then to orchestrate things in the way that she created Harry to possibly believe that she was being hounded, that the stress of the press, and I would absolutely believe that she utilised his mother to, you know, which is why I believe that she threatened the suicide. All of these things played into Harry's paranoia. And so don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Harry is blameless, because he's not, but I think in the beginning this is exactly what she orchestrated because it wasn't going the way she wanted. So anyway, so this is what the Queen has stated, that she believes that Harry was too in love. So what does that mean? Can we be, in the beginning, too in love? Well, the answer is yes, because what can happen is that lust and love mirror the same type of feeling. So a lot of the time, you will be in lust with somebody. And when you look at Harry and Meghan's behaviour, the way they were, I would absolutely 100% say, oh, maybe 99% say, that they were in, or he was in lust with her. So I would almost guarantee that she hooked him with the fact that she not only mirrored his mother, she found out everything that he was interested in. So she mirrored his hobbies, his passions, and she was kind of like, you know what, I'm so down and I'm so going to be, you know, I'm humanitarian. I want to do what you want to do. I want to travel to Africa and do all those things. You know, so of course Harry's thinking that he's just found this most amazing woman. But then mainly what I think as well is there was drink, drugs, and a lot of sex. So she hooked him sexually. And unfortunately, a lot of men not all men, a lot of men, this is how a woman can use her sexuality to hook a man. And we've seen this a lot, where a woman can behave appallingly to the man that she's with or to other people, but because the guy is so bowled over by the way she looks, like she is to him the most attractive sexual person, he will stay with her. Now, that's not to say that this doesn't happen for women too. It does. Women will also stay with a man if the sex is amazing, regardless of the way that they might treat them or others. So sex is most definitely used as a weapon in a lot of cases. We've seen it as well when women withhold sex. And again, not saying all women, and I'm not saying it's men don't do this either, because they do. But generally speaking, in my professional experience, a lot of women will withhold sex as a weapon, and they joke about it. You know, you're not getting sex tonight, darling, if you don't fix those shelves, or, you know, fix the toilet, or whatever it is. It's like, yep, sex is off the table for you, and we joke about it, and that's fine, it's funny. But I think there are the more sinister aspects where women will withhold as a way to control their men, and I do think this was happening with Meghan and Harry in the beginning. She was probably swinging from the chandeliers, and I do think that this is when, in Skip's wedding, when you see that there was probably a lot of drink involved, possibly even drugs, don't know, but we've known that Harry has, you know, he's admitted himself that he's had issues with this. So it's possible that she's got, you know, she's reeled him back in with that, and then they went back to the hotel room, and then apparently there's rumors that circulate that they were having sex on the balcony or whatever it was. But I'd imagine that she swang from the chandeliers again and hooked him back in again. I do think there are other things at play here. I've said this before, that that she's possibly lied about things to, again, create him to get kind of drawn in. But when you are in lust with somebody, it can mirror love. You can feel that you are absolutely in love with that person. But here's the thing. Now, I know that some people say that no, it was love, you know, love at first sight. And I do believe that there are exceptions to the rule in the way you feel. Now, here's the thing with love at first sight. It is connected to lust. To love somebody, to truly love somebody, and I know I'm probably going to get slated with this, because I know that people are going to be like, no, I met my husband, you know, 30 years ago. I knew straight away that he was going to be the one. Yes, there are exceptions to the rule. And what can happen is that lust will turn into love. So it kind of then, it goes along like really nicely. So you're in the beginning, you're very much in lust with them. You fancy them. You can't get enough of them. But what happens then is it then transcends into love. So a lot of the time then people believe that they fell in love with the person instantly. But in my opinion, and I could be wrong, and I don't want to take away the romantic wonderfulness of everything, but to love somebody, you have to know everything about them. It's very difficult to love somebody that you've known 5 minutes, because you don't know them. You know, you might have been friends with somebody, say, for example, and then you fall in love. That can happen because you've got to know them, you know the person, and it goes from friendship into love. And that is very common. However, in my opinion, it is very difficult to sort of say that you can love somebody when you don't know them, because when you fall in love with somebody, at that point, I would imagine that you have got to know them. Now, don't get me wrong. You can get to know a perception of somebody. So, for example, when we've talked about love bombing, when you have, say, for example, what I believe possibly Meghan did with Harry, is that she puts on this persona. You've got to remember, she's an actress. So it is very easy to fall in love with a persona of somebody. So, for example, maybe for the first few months, Harry believed that she was this most amazing person. There might have been the odd thing that he didn't particularly like, but all in all, he believed, or she created him to believe, that she was the perfect person for him. So he fell in love with that version. Now, once you're hooked, then when the person starts to change, what can happen there is you then are searching for this person that you had in the beginning. So you're forever trying to justify and make excuses for the way they behave now. So you are, because you're forever wanting that person back. And what will happen is, if you get to a point when you get a bit sick and tired of the way they're behaving now, and we use Harry and Meghan as an example, perhaps he was getting sick and tired of her diva behaviour, the fact that she was probably not very nice to people, and he started to see that. So when she realised that she was potentially going to lose him, she would come back to the original persona of who she is, and she would reel him back in again, which is called hoovering. So when the Queen is saying, I believe Harry is too in love, it's because he was being love bombed, and he was over the top, probably declaring his love for her very, very quickly. It moved very fast. And whereas you've got the likes of William and Catherine, who took their time, was it 8 years, and times are very different now. I think the Queen was probably very concerned that Meghan was not going to understand the reality of what it means to be part of the royal family. And Harry, in his emotionally immature behaviour, wasn't preparing her for actually how bad this could be, how probably stifling, you know, when you're used to being an actress and you're used to kind of doing what you're doing, it's a very, very different ball game when you become part of the monarchy. And so I think that he was partly to blame in a way, because he didn't sit her down and say, look, this is what is going to happen. We need to take our time here, you know, date more, you know, you need to kind of see what it's like. I need to see what it's like in your world. And let's just see how we go. But the thing is, you have Meghan, who was in a hurry to snare him. If we're looking at a normal, healthy relationship like William and Catherine, taking your time is very crucial, because you want to make sure that the person you're with is there for the long haul. You know, you're not planning on dating someone for, you know, for a few months and then be like, yeah, do you know what, I'm going to move on to the next one. Ideally, when we start dating, is we want that person to be our forever person. So William and Catherine, in a way, did it the right way, albeit that they were young and there was obviously a few issues and a few hiccups, and the way kind of maybe William handled it wasn't particularly ideal, but who does at that age? And being in the public eye and a lot of pressure as well. Whereas Harry was in a rush to find somebody to love and connect with. And I do think that was part of, I think he wanted a Catherine. He wanted something like the same way as his brother has got with Catherine. I also think there was issues in sort of like mummy issues, in the fact that he misses his mother. So there's like this mother figure type attitude that he will be looking for. And in Meghan's case, she was in a hurry to meet a rich white man. So here she is, she's dating the prince of the British royal family. So in her mind, she needs to snare him. She needs to get him hooked and keep him hooked. And because Harry was a bit of a playboy, I think he was in, he was out, he was in, he was out. He was probably not as enthralled with her in the beginning as what she wanted him to be. I think he loved probably the sex. He probably loved the lifestyle that she had. The fact that she was creating, like I say, this persona of who he wanted her to be. Then when things started to slide a little bit, like her mask started to slip a bit, she probably hadn't hooked him enough, so he pulled away, which is why we see the situation in Skip's wedding. Something happened within that situation. Now, I possibly, and I'm going to be honest and say, I wonder if it was an alleged pregnancy. And that was potentially how she hooked him. Then, and again, I'm going to be completely honest, I wonder if there was an alleged miscarriage. And this is how she then ensnared him, because then it would become, you can't leave me because I have just, how is it going to look if you walk away when I was pregnant and now I've lost your baby and then you leave me? And this is kind of why I think this sort of thing happened. Now, again, this is alleged. I don't know for sure. Nobody really does. But it kind of goes along with the way how a narcissist can manipulate. They will do anything. And I kid you not. They are capable of, in a way, sociopathic, psychopathic behavior. If they want something, they will do whatever it takes to get it, even breaking the law or doing things that are immoral, illegal, etc. They will do it as long as they don't get caught, or it'll be somebody else's fault, to get what they want. They don't care who they walk over. They don't care who they hurt. And we've seen this, the way she treats her own father and her own family. If and you have to say, if you can treat your own father like this, there is nobody else that even comes close to that. So believe you me, when this couple divorce, and they will, it will be nasty. She will want everything. She will want everything, because she will threaten and say that I know things. I got no, qualms in releasing those things. So you have to give me what I want so that doesn't happen. And I think that is going to be something that would be in play. So again, when the Queen says that she thinks that Harry was too in love, I think this is because she was basically saying, like her brother, like Harry's brother was saying, it's moving too fast. Slow down. Get to know this girl first. And of course, Harry didn't like that. He was kind of like, no, I'm madly in love with her. She's everything I want her to be, because this is how she created the persona. And, we're in love and we're getting married and with this, that, and the other. Obviously, I think there was things that are playing out behind the scenes, but I don't think anyone else really knew about those. So she was carefully orchestrating this plan. And I think occasionally it went wrong and it didn't go to plan. And so she'd have to think of a plan B. And this is why I believe, like I say, I think there was potentially an alleged pregnancy and then an alleged miscarriage. Now, I'm not saying that to be disparaging to anybody that has suffered, or triggering. It's not meant to be that. This is just my perception. And I understand that this can be a very difficult thing. And a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but some people do believe that she was pregnant with A. I personally don't. And I have my, obviously, reasons. And I know a lot of people don't also believe that she was either. However, everyone is free to believe what they choose. So yes, I will stand by the fact that I believe that she was love bombing Harry. I think she was creating this persona, and Harry fell hook, line and sinker, like unfortunately a lot of people do when they are love bombed by a narcissist. It doesn't make them wrong, because it happens and it is psychological warfare. But at some point, we have to also allow for the fact that Harry is a grown man and he is making these choices now after being with her for quite some time. He's still doing things to hurt his family, and that is on him. Now, a lot of people can say, well, is it she's blackmailing him? Maybe, we don't know. But at this point, we have to say that Harry is just as culpable as she is. So let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think that Harry was love bombed by her? Do you think that she was creating this persona? Do you think that what I'm saying in regards to what the Queen has said, in that he was too in love with her, is in a way her way of saying it's too rushed, it's too quick, there's something not quite right here? And then, of course, Harry and Meghan's ability to manipulate and blame everybody else for their own actions. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. So obviously this video is 25 minutes long, so I just want to be aware that it gets a bit, I don't want it going too far, because then people just get snoresville and don't want to watch it. But I will do my little quote of the day. Like I said yesterday, feel free to ignore it. It's fine. Sometimes I do. I ignore myself. I'm like, yeah, I'm not listening to you today. You're annoying me. I ignore myself. I ignore other people. So the positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. Well, I think with that, the positive thinker sees the invisible. I think sometimes we can see things that are not there. And I think that's on both things. You know, I think that's positive and negative. Sometimes we can create a story. We can tell ourselves that things like when we're feeling low, we can say, you know, no one loves me, no one cares about me. And actually that's not true. I do appreciate that for some people it is a reality when they feel very alone and they don't feel that there is anybody out there. But I believe there is always someone, even if it's one person. But I think the biggest thing is also to be that person for yourself. You know, it's not always about looking outside of your kind of inner circle, and wanting other people outside of that to love and care about you if you don't actually show that to yourself. And it isn't easy. And it's not to say, and I really hate this saying, and I'm digressing, when people say you can't expect others to love you when you don't love yourself. That's BS. That is absolutely BS. What that tells you is that, well, unless I love myself, no one else is going to love me. No, people should love you regardless when you don't love yourself. The right people love you no matter what. They love you when you are feeling down, when you are feeling that you are up against everything and you feel that no one cares about you, or no one, those are the times when actually people need to step up and show you that, you know, just because you feel that way about yourself, there are people out there that do love and care about you. Even if it's a complete stranger on this channel, you know, if you're feeling low, then, you know, like I always try to do, I pin the comment to the top and, you know, and have other people come in and go, you know what, you are loved, you are cherished. And I think sometimes telling a complete stranger that you're loved, even if, like I've talked about, like in this, you know, it's not about love, literally loving somebody. It's being loving. It's saying that I'm here, you know, even if it's just in this moment, I'm here for you. And I think that can be a very powerful, cathartic thing. Now, sometimes we don't want it. Sometimes we will have people come into our lives and be like, I'm here for you. And you just go, well, I don't care. I don't want that right now. But it's even in those moments to still have that person saying, you know what, I'm going to sit outside your door, and I don't mean literally, and I'm here. So even if you don't want it right now, at some point when you do, I'm still going to be here. It's not about having someone go, well, do you know what, if you feel like that, then I'm sodding off. It is about being loved when you feel that you are unlovable, when you are in those moments, when you are behaving unlovable, when you are behaving in a way that you think, well, you know, because you're self-sabotaging or whatever it is. Those are the times, more importantly, that we do want somebody to go, you know what, you're not being very nice right now. You're being mean, and you're being the things that I don't particularly like about you. But you know what? I love you still, and I'm still going to be here for you. So I think that matters. And I know it's not really this thing, but actually I don't like that one. So I'm not reading that one again. I don't like it. So yeah, so like I say, let me know what you think in the comments, as you always do. Thank you so much for everybody who is sticking with me and supporting me, even when I am really going through it right now with the menopause, and being patient with the fact that I'm not doing as many videos as I normally do, and telling me to have self-care. That's, you know, and I hope that the people that are telling me to have self-care, you are equally doing it back to yourself as well. Thank you to people who have bought me a cup of tea in supporting the channel. Bless you. Thank you. If you would like to do so, the link is in the description box of my videos, or if you click on my channel, it is in the top right hand corner, just above subscribe and join, where you can join up as a member as well. And yeah, my PO box is there. So for the people that want to send me something, because people have asked if they can send me a Christmas card or they can send something for Arthur, the PO box is always going to be in my description box of my videos. It is also in the intro on my YouTube channel. So when you go in my bio, my PO box is there as well. So please, if you want to, my email address is there. If you want to contact me, pretty much everything you need to know is in there or in the description box of my videos. So thank you for taking the time to watch this particular video, and I will see you in the next one. So take care, Bubble family. And as always, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Mwah. Bye.